Good morning, YouTube. This your boy, the Travel Trucker, man. We back with another special edition video. I was just on Facebook last night, man, and I seen that DOT in Arkansas has already started implementing, if you don't speak English, you cannot drive. Now, I know this is a controversial thing. I thought this was fake, but apparently, I guess the federal law goes into effect sometime in June, but some states have their own regulation on it. I guess in Arkansas, they was doing random DOT inspections, and it was coming across drivers who spoke broken English or not good enough English, and they shut them down. Check out this screenshot right here. Here's a screenshot what I'm showing y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a minute to read it. Screenshot this and pause the video and watch and look at it. But apparently they got shut down because they can't speak good English. So let's go do some digging online, see if we can find a news article about this new regulation and law if it is true. Here's the first article I found. This is on westvirginiava.com, and it's saying Trump signs executive order requiring truck drivers to speak English. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order reinforcing an already existing federal law requiring English language proficiency as a requirement for commercial motor drivers. An order issued Monday evening, Trump contends the requirement has not been enforced in years and America's roadways have become less safe. My administration will enforce the law to protect the safety of American truckers, drivers, passengers, and others, including by upholding the safety enforcement regulation that includes that anyone behind the wheel of a commercial vehicle is properly qualified and proficient in our national language, English, the order states. Trump signed another order Monday that would direct state and federal officials to publish lists of sanctuary city jurisdictions or place where local authorities often don't cooperate in enforcing federal immigration regulations. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt says those cities obstruct enforcement. Now, let's go find another one. Truckers weigh having to pass English test to drive. Okay. This is based out of San Diego Thursday. President Donald Trump earlier this week signed an executive order mandating truck drivers pass an English literacy test before they can drive legally in the United States. The White House said many truck drivers can't communicate with law enforcement or understand road signs, making it dangerous for everyone on roadways. Truckers will now have to show they have basic English skills or face being placed out of service. My administration will enforce the law to protect American truck drivers. Wow. Alfonso, a trucker based in Sacramento, said he is okay with the mandate. At least some English, he said. If all truckers know English, it's going to be better for everyone. Hernandez spoke with Border Report at a truck stop near the Otay Mesa port of entry southeast of San Diego. Another driver, Kelvin, disagreed with Hernandez, saying that their ability to drive safely is not contingent on how well they know English language. The aggressive way they're doing it from one day to the next is something too strict and worrisome, Kelvin said. I'm asking him to be considerate. We're all part of the commerce along the border. We're only trying to do the best job possible. Kelvin said he speaks enough English to drive safely and interact with law enforcement, but it's another thing to have an officer interpret his level of competency. It depends on the officer who stops you and how lenient he wants to be. He admitted not knowing how the English test will be administered, something that has not been made public. The Trump administration has yet to announce how it will enforce the executive order. Some states, such as Arkansas, already have similar rules in place that include fines up to $10,000 for truck drivers who don't comply. So, as you can see at the end of that last article I read, they mentioned Arkansas. I just told y'all that post I seen on Facebook was in Arkansas. They're going to fine you up to $10,000 if you can't speak English. Now, that lets me to question all these years of people getting their CDL. How did they pass CDL school and they couldn't speak English? You have to do pre-trip inspection, right? That means a lot of CDL schools have Hispanic instructors where they didn't speak English to none of the or some of the students. That's a big discrepancy in a lot of states. And they also furthers the question that how many of these people move our commerce for rates that we won't move it for, that in fact helps us at the end of the day? Is there a statistic out there saying how many non-good speaking truck drivers who don't speak good enough English have caused accidents? No, we'll never know that. This is more, I think, racially geared towards the Hispanic community, what Trump is doing. Yeah, the driving test says you have to be able to read and understand comprehensively, but they've been going to the DMV in passing. They have their CDLs. Obviously, they have some type of competency. And all these states really have been enforcing it because there's no stats on record, on file, saying how many people who don't speak English in the truck have caused accidents. Nobody's writing that on the police report. Cops never complained about it. State troopers have never complained about it. Why all of a sudden Trump is doing it? Because he got this whole border issue going on. Truck driving has always had non-speaking people. I never had a problem with it. You hear people saying, oh, towel heads, carpet riders, oh, they need to go back to their country. That's derogatory and rude, for one. But do I think Trump should be worrying about this right now? No, we got bigger fish to fry. The tariffs, are driving the prices through the roof. Is messing up everything. And you worrying about, can Whiskatoon speak enough English? Now, like they said in the article, it's going to be up to the cop how lenient he going to be, because now you're putting it in the cop hands to say, hey, English good enough to understand. I know people that understand English that can't speak English. They can read and understand it, but they can't articulate it good enough. So how's the Trump administration going to enforce this? I don't know. But what I can tell you is that it's getting real spooky out there if you're out there on that road, man. Pay attention. But that's all, man. We about to go have lunch at a place called Lost Pizza. And then after that, I'm dropping a company review for you guys later on in the day with Schwan's Food. You remember the Schwan Food Company used to come by your house when we was jits? Yeah, that company. They have a collection of companies now, so we're going to see what jobs they have and what they're paying for local routes. But I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay safe on that road, and I'll see y'all on the next one.